Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allows you to record and edit your broadcast so it sounds great. And they even distribute your broadcast for you so that it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So make sure you download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hello.
To Future Educators Talk with Damian and Daren. I am your co-host, Daren Frett, alongside with special guest, Mr. Luther Funches.
Yes. Back at it again.
So, today, my good friend and co-host and host is out today. He's not feeling 100%. He is under the weather. So I would like to wish him, hope he feels better once he returns on Wednesday. Also, today is my last day before I take a mental health leave. I will return back on Monday, November 25th, and then I will be out again on Wednesday, November 27th, for family reasons. So, with all that news today, if you missed the Instagram Live, where I was a special guest on Coffee Talk with Damian Anderson, we had a good time on there. We also did a little tease on our upcoming projects. So we had a great discussion. If you missed it, it's on the Instagram page with Coffee Talk with Damian Anderson. So go check it out. All right, so today is going to be a great topic today. Today's topic is how high crime neighborhoods make it harder for kids to show up at school. That is the topic for today. So let's just hop right into this topic. So Mr. Luther, what is your thoughts and opinions on this topic?
Well, it depends. It really depends on the neighborhood and the situations. Because if you really think about it, not everybody, for say, has high crime in certain states. If you really think about it, but to me, I feel as though it shouldn't emphasize a child's education. If anything, I feel they should have the mindset of wanting to get out. You get what I'm saying? That should be something that you say, you know what, even though I'm going through this right now, even though my neighborhood might be this or my neighborhood might be that, or it's kind of dangerous to walk in and out, I'm going to make it to a point to where I say, you know what, I'm going to block it all out. And I'm going to get to where I got to get out. But then once I get out, I'm going to make it to where I'm going to give back to. Because a lot of these places that have high crime in it's just not a lot of giving back. People leave, then people don't want to come back, or people leave and they stay gone forever, if that makes sense of what I'm saying. And so now it comes to a point to where educational wise, it's just like, I'm scared. Like what you said about with the shooting, how kids are scared to go to school, where in certain places, kids are scared to even walk through their neighborhood because of the Bloods, because of the Crips, because of the GDs. You know, I can go on and on about it. I've had plenty of kids who've been gang related, if that makes sense. But at the same time, in order for them to get out, they have to have the mindset of, is this what I really want to do? Is this what I really want to accomplish? Because I know if I go out and do X, Y, and Z, I can be locked up. I can even be killed. You get, like, it's innocent bystanders get killed every day, especially with children. They can just be walking home from school and somebody who just don't care because they're after another person just starts shooting, and bullets don't have a name on it. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's one of these topics. It's going to get emotional, but at the same time, it needs to be spoken on. But at the same time, you have to be woman enough, a man enough. Like, I'm not, like, I can tell you this now. I have kids who are hood. You know what I'm saying? I have kids who came from serious situations. But you know what? I can honestly tell you this. I can tell you this, Dan. I'm not scared to walk up in the neighborhood. I'm not. You know why? Because at the end of the day, like I told you, I'm going to sit up here and make sure that my kids are good. If I got to get up every morning at 5:30, and I know school start at 7:30, 8 o'clock, guess what? I'm there at 7:15, making sure that my kids get to where they got to get to. I don't care how dangerous the neighborhood is. Mm-hmm. And I had plenty of people, gangbangers, coming to me like, yo, coach, like, because they know I coach. Like, yo, coach, man, like, what's going on? Why you here? Because I'm making sure that my kids get to school. Coach, man, we ain't never had nobody just, look, I ain't got to do all that, call the police. You're not going to make me feel unsafe. That ain't me. I'm going to make sure that I watch my kids go to school. Because that's how much I care. That's not being a disciplinary. That's somebody who really cares about the children. Remember now, teaching is not just a career for me. It's a calling. But sometimes you got to take the extra mile if you want to take those extra miles. Everybody don't stay in the suburbs. Everybody don't stay in the Hamptons. And even those kids, you know, they don't understand what the children who really stay in these low poverty homes go through. Mm-hmm. But I don't feel like that should have an effect on their education. I feel like it should push them. Because especially when you see teachers who really care for you, now it's like their mindset can change now. Like, hey, you know what? I see Mr. Darian, you know, he's here every morning. Or I see Mr. Luther, he's here every morning. He's making sure that I get to school. You know, he's always checking in on me saying, hey, everything good? Hey, if it's okay, you know, call your peoples. Let me see if I can give you a ride home, you know, because I know you play football. I know you play basketball. And I know you walking home at night is kind of a dangerous situation. So is it okay if I can give you a ride? So now when they see that and feel that, guess what? Oh, they're in class, they're ready because now they have a vision. So now the vision is clear. Let me do what I got to do so I can get out of this situation. But when I get out of this situation, let me be able to come back to my hometown or to my projects or wherever I'm from and start to clean things up. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah. Like you said, I didn't really grow up in in those situations. Little fact here. Before I was, my parents wanted my siblings to move to New Jersey, but they don't want us to go through that. They don't want us to, go through those type of situations. So that's why they found us here, in North Carolina, because they want to make sure we are safe. They want to make sure we don't go through that type of situations. And and I can't imagine for the students that's living in those situations have to wake up every day and something is, like a shooting or something, just right outside. And then you got to walk through that neighborhood, like what just happened, or, and they start crying and all of that. So.
Because I went to school at North Carolina A&T. So, like, I got to see, like, all different parts of Greensboro. but there are some hood parts of Greensboro, right? But at the same time, though, like, I'm one of those people. I'm not scared to go into those bad parts. Why? Because when I was a camp counselor at the Boys and Girls Club, most of my kids came from the housing projects. One thing they can't say about Mr. Luther was Mr. Luther cared. You know, like, hey, why you didn't come to camp yesterday? Everything okay? Like, yo, what's going on? And they're seeing it like, not every teacher or not every counselor that I came across was real genuine or just was real caring. Because like I told y'all before, kids can sense that. Kids can really sense if you're really there for them or if you're not. But I can't go to work every day not knowing that my kids are not okay. Especially, I don't look at the news per se every day, but if I see on the news that a housing project or something was like shot at, guess what? I'm looking forward to seeing my kids walk through the hallway that day, because I know they're going to let me know, hey, Mr. L, hey, this what happened last night. It was only like, 8 houses down, but I'm okay. That's all I want to make sure. Are y'all okay? Like it goes back to what about the next topic that y'all gonna discuss about building relationship with kids. Well, in order for you to know what's going on with your children, right, we have to build a relationship with them, even through the bad, no matter where they come from. We still got to build that relationship with them instead of judging them all the time. But that doesn't mean that it has to reflect on their education, because you're a teacher. So you're supposed to push them to let them know, if you want to get out of this situation, these are the things that you're going to have to do to make sure that you survive. These are the things that you're going to have to do to make sure that, hey, mom, this is what's really going on. This is what we need to do as a family. But at the same time, I can't allow myself to miss school to do this because of a shooting or because, they found somebody dead in the alley. You know what I mean? Like, you can't let that hinder you. It's crime everywhere you go. Don't get me wrong, but in certain areas. Like, because if you want to be real, then you don't hear too much about no crime in the suburbs like that. Not like that. Because if something goes on, the police there in like 5.2 seconds. But then if I'm calling, from the other side of town, you know how long it usually take them to get there? You probably won't see them to about
an hour and 30 minutes.
Let's try 3. I can give you an explanation on why I said that, because it was I'm in Jacksonville now, so I was born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. Like, my city is rough. So like on the south side of town, they got the police subdivisions there. Police come check on the neighborhood, all good, right? On the other side of town, it's the hood, literally. Over the train tracks, it's the hood. And so soon as something happens over there in the hood, them police ain't getting there about 2-3 hours later. But this child is already dead because y'all don't want to come and you get this child to the hospital. But if it was on the other side of town, y'all have been there. Now the child is breathing up. You get what I'm saying? Now the family can see their child live to see another day. But you don't do that for the low profit area here in Jacksonville. And so you wonder why these kids don't really care about their education, because they're trying to figure out in their mind, are they going to survive when they walk down the street, like you said? Or my cousin just got shot, and the person that shot him goes to the school, so you know what that's going to lead to next. But this is what we deal with. And how is that fair to these kids here in those neighborhoods? Why is everything got to be a silver spoon and platter to the kids that stay in the suburbs? Because they're not worried about it.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? They're waking up every morning happy to go to school, happy to get to their friends. Their school is nice. You get what I'm saying? Their school is beautiful. They just built their school. Their school is all on so many acres that the school look like a college campus, But then you come over here to our side of town, and our school look like who did it and why. And our school just it's just there. But these schools have rich tradition too. Just because they're predominantly black schools don't mean there's no tradition there. And most of those kids' avenues are either one or two ways. It's only one or two ways you can get out of them high crime neighborhoods. And I'm pretty sure you know that either you're gonna be smart or you're gonna play a sport. Cause that's all they know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's all they know.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that that TV show on Netflix and also on the CW on America.
Prime example. Exactly. Prime example. Right? That's based out of LA, right? So, okay, and LA is known for gangs. That's where Crips and Bloods was originated from. You get what I'm saying? I got kids now. I'm not gonna say their names, but I got kids now. I know some of my kids gang bang, right? But you know why I can go see my kids in they certain neighborhoods? Because that's the respect that I have from them, and they've already let their people know, like, nah, like Coach Luther, don't mess with him. And so they ask, well, what's so special about this man? Look, I know that y'all my family because I come from a home where I don't have a father, or I come from a home where I don't have my parents, and so all I know is the streets. But at the same time, Mr. Luther really cares, so he's always making sure that I'm good. He's the one who's seen that, maybe I shouldn't be out here gangbanging, because now I just found out that as an 8th grader, I can really run track. Like, I did not know I was that fast, and I mess with them all the time. I say, I know why you fast. They be like, why, coach? I say, because you be running from the police every day. I say, that's why you fast. But they don't take it as, disrespect. They like, coach, they say, man, look, I done got in some trouble. They like, and you right, I probably not had to run from the police maybe, once or twice. They was like, but I didn't never see me running being something that can get me out of my situation. That's because you don't have nobody to push you. You're just a body in the game, right? That's your ride or die. They don't see what you have, what you have as far as brains or smarts. They just, you street smart. So since you street smart, I can use you. But trust me, it hasn't always been easy for me either, because I done had the threats and stuff like that. But like I tell them, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. And that's not me trying to put my life on the line. But if you're a gangster like you say you are, then you don't talk about nothing. You be about what you talk about. And if you're not going to be about what you talk about, then I advise that you go ahead and move, and let me go ahead and get these kids to where they got to get to.
Yeah, and once that student gets into sports, and once they do incredibly good in school, hey, they're on their way to big universities. That's their life-changing moment right there.
But then you say high crime, right? So then let's think about those kids who have had that talent, but now because of the jealousy and because you told us you was going to give us that commitment, you understand what I'm saying? You ain't going nowhere. And because I see that you're starting to really blossom, then I'm just going to do what I got to do. I got to take you out. Because if you're not going to blossom for what we stand for, then I'm not going to let you blossom for something else. And you see a lot of kids get shot. And you understand what I'm saying? Like, and it's tragic. It's tragic. So let's not only say that kids, are scared to go to school when they have the massive shootings, but let's say the kids are scared to go home because they don't know if they're gonna make it the next morning. So I don't want to go home. I want to sleep at the school. Or I want to go to my grandma's house. Well, why you want to go to your grandma's house? Because one, grandma's standing on the side of town where it ain't no high crime rate. You might get one crime out the year, and that might be something stupid like trying to break in somebody's house or something. You get what I'm saying? But ain't no shootings over there, mama. Ain't no gangs over there, mama. Ain't no prostitutes over there, mama. Ain't none of that over there. Mama, it's a Publix over there. It's a Walmart over there. You know, it's a Target. Like, you know, kids come outside. They play with each other. You get over there, the parents are outside barbecuing, and the whole neighborhood comes together as one. You know, when I have to come home here, I got to look both ways. I got to make, you know, I don't know if we're going to have water on, or if you get what I'm saying, or if food's going to be in the house. Like, so it's not just about high crime. This is about the poverty level, period. And so I have to be an adult at 13. I have to be an adult. I'm supposed to be enjoying middle school right now. But I can't, because, you know, I don't know, you know, if my mom's going to have a job today. And who else is going to take care of me and, you know, my other 3 siblings? So I got to do that. So that has an effect on education as well, too. That's why you might not see a child for like the first 9 weeks of school, because they're being an adult at an early age. Or they're involved in the gang life. So I got to be on the corner doing this and doing that. That's my education right now. I got to get money. I got to provide for my family. But you 13. And that's the life that they're starting to choose now. But you know, like you said, don't nobody talk about that. And this how you felt about what happened in Parkland, in Florida. That's exactly how I feel about my children now, who don't come to school, who I don't see anymore. I can't protect them 24/7. You understand? I can only protect them for so many hours that they're here at school. But outside in the street, I can't protect every one of them. I just can't. So I have to do something to make them understand that, hey, you know what? I see what Coach Luther's been telling me. You know, I see why he tells me certain things, so that they can take those same skills that I'm presenting to them, and they can use it in the situations where they come from. But still get your education. You don't let that reflect on your education.
Yeah, don't let education stop you, you know?
It's no excuse. It's no excuse, Dan. Like you said, Darren, it's no excuse. I don't care where you come from. What does crime have to do with you putting a stand to it, saying, you know what, I'm not gonna let this stop me? Because I don't care what nobody says. At 6th through 12th grade, you can make choices, right? You either gonna make a choice to go to school, or you gonna make a choice to do whatever you say you're gonna do. But I'm pretty sure as everybody's family isn't in a state of mind to where they're on the poverty level, if that makes sense. I'm not saying nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, because some people have been through that and God has blessed them to where they're now doing what they need to do. They've gotten their family out of that situation and have allowed their family to see a different side of what they came from as they grew up. But if you're my parent, Darren, if you're my parent, and I just see you're not doing good, but I have a great relationship with my grandmother or my grandfather, and they're on the other side of town, I'm sorry. I'm not finna talk to you about that, because I done made my decision. I'm finna pack my stuff, and I'm gonna leave. And I will leave you a note letting you know, hey, mom, dad, till you get yourself together, I want to go stay with grandma now. I never said I wouldn't come back. I said, until you get yourself together, I am going to go with grandmother and them. Because I know grandma and them can put me in the best school. And even when you do get yourself together, I don't want to go back to the same conditions that we're in. So can you put your pride to the side, Father? And you know, can we stay over here? Can you get yourself together over here? Because at least I know with grandma and them, they'll help you get back on your feet. They'll help you establish whatever it is that you need. They're not going to just turn their back on you, especially if I'm in a good situation, educational wise.
Yeah, I'm reading this article by acsconnection.com by Dana Brown. Baltimore School District struggles with getting kids to show up. 37% of students were chronically absent in the last school year, meaning they miss at least 10% of school. And research shows that students who miss that much are way more likely to fall behind and eventually drop out. But we don't want those students to drop out or fall behind or get retained. We don't want those students to do that. We want the students to succeed.
Right. Right, we do. But the question now becomes, what do we do? That's the question now. What do we do? You writing an article about it, okay? So now what do we do? See, that's the only thing that kills me with certain people. You write something or you see something, you want to talk about it, but you're not going to be the answer to the problem. Why not? Why not? Good article. But what are you going to do about this now? Who are you going to reach out to? Or who's going to read that article and take a stand and say, you know what? Okay, what we doing here? What we doing here? Because if you're not going to do what it is that you're obligated to do, which is teach our kids, and I'm not talking about just teach them about no standards. I'm talking about teach them how to be good women, good men, good citizens, so forth and so forth. We don't have to go down that road because we know what we're talking about when we come to that. What are you really doing this for? I'm sick of this. Oh, well, that mom don't have no phone. Blah. Guess what? Y'all can say what y'all want to say about certain parents, but certain parents know how to go to the library. Certain parents do have emails. Okay, so how about this? How about you bringing those parents? If you know where these children come from, how about you bringing those parents? Hey, let's set you up with an email. That way, when I need to reach out to you, if you don't have a phone, I can reach out to you, can know what's going on with your child. That's solving the problem, right? That's not creating a problem. Well, I don't know how to use a computer. Okay, so at nights, on Mondays and Wednesdays, we're having computer classes. We're solving the problem here, right? Now we got parents coming in how to learn technology. Now they know how to check their email. Now they know how to send emails. Now they see what's going on with their child's education. So what are we doing? Are we fixing a problem or are we still creating one? It can be done. It can be done, Daren. It can be done. You say about those kids with the Parkland, you know, from Douglas, like they have their thing going on. You know, they little foundation. But what if they already had that going on and we just didn't know about it? Let's just say they just already had that going on. You get what I'm saying? And we just didn't know about it. But now because of the shooting situation, it's now, you know, big. So how do you know? I mean, we were all young when we heard about the Columbine that happened in Denver. Some of us weren't even born yet, but when they had the school shooting in Denver, Columbine High School, they were doing that. They started to do the protesting and the foundations and things like that. And then guess what? It got a little quiet. You know, and then you start hearing about the one at the elementary school. I forgot what that was. You remember the shooting up there in the elementary school? Yeah. Okay, and then after that, everybody wanted to be part of that one, right? Okay, we're talking about high crime and we're talking about education. Come on, that was a suburban area. Parkland, Florida, that wasn't no hood. That was a suburban area. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, let's get to the major factor. Let's get to the major part of what's really going on. Who bullying them children? Like, what are them children really going through? Because you is not finna sit up here and tell me, Daren, that you're gonna be going through so much, and then just all of a sudden, now you just want to shoot everybody and kill everybody. No, you're going through something mentally. You're going through something. You just haven't told anybody. Or I'm that kid who just gets bullied every day. You get what I'm saying? I'm sick of it. So I've came to you and told you, hey, I'm getting bullied. You know, I'm coming to you about my situation. I'm getting bullied. Mentally, I don't have it all in my head. And I really need help. And I really need you to either A, put me somewhere like I can be isolated where I can just go to class and I can keep it moving. Or, hey, can I get out of class a little earlier so I can make it to my next class without, or you get what I'm saying? Like, can we do something to not build the situation to where things like this happen? We don't do that. You say you're going to take a break, right? Because of, you know, what you're doing. Guess what? It's okay. It's okay. I'm glad people are able now to start speaking about what they go through. But you're right. Sometimes I just got to get off the scene a little bit, and I got to focus on me to make sure that I'm mentally and spiritually and emotionally prepared so that I can keep going. But if you keep denying me and closing the door in my face, then I'm going to do things like this. I'm going to come to the school. I'm going to shoot people. Because if I'm going to be miserable, guess what? I'm going to make your life miserable.
And we just had another school shooting out of California.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? But we don't know what's going on because we decide we don't want to know what's going on. And these kids are really reaching out to us, asking for help and screaming for help. And we just continue to turn our back on them. Let's take little Matthew, for instance. We're going to talk about little Matthew. Little Matthew is a behavior problem, right? We talked about little Matthew, right? But let's just say we don't really know where little Matthew comes from. We don't know why he act out like that. And let's just say now the psychologist at the school has literally told me and you, because they know that Matthew either comes to your class or my class, and now they're telling us, well, Mr. Luther, Mr. Darian, little Matthew's acting like this because he just seen his dad get shot over some gang violence. We didn't know that. That teacher was just putting that child out because he's a behavior issue. No, mentally he's going through. So now I see why he's acting out. So now me and you can put two and two together and say, oh, that's why when, you know, Matthew came out of class, he knew how to just come in and just sit down and relax, because we used to tell Matthew, whatever's going on with you, relax. Let it, you know, just relax first. Let it out. I'm going to let you go back there by yourself. I'm going to let you get it all out. And then when you're ready to come talk to me, then you come talk to me. Matthew didn't request for you to send him to my classroom to be disciplined. Matthew requested for you to send him to my classroom because Matthew was ready to talk. Because now Matthew is ready to say, this is what's really going on with me. This is why I'm having a problem in this class. Because every time at this hour, I remember when my dad got shot at that time. So that's doing something to me real tragic right now. And I don't know how to control it. And then after that hour is up, I'm fine for the rest of the day. And believe me, I ain't trying to make you speechless. It's just you started this though. You started this morning on IG. Yes. Y'all started this, so I couldn't get in on it like physically with you all, but I listened to everything that you had to offer. You know, and even though Damian was sick, he was saying some good points too. But you both of y'all was nailing things on the head though. But at the same time too, how can we really know what these children are going through if we don't really understand where they come from?
Without talking to them.
Yes. And where they come from. But people don't want to hear it. Because every time you mention something about this, somebody always got something like, You've been on Twitter before or Instagram, and somebody says something and they put their point, and then somebody got to come with this big PhD like they just know everything, and it's like, dude, why are you sitting up here trying to knock what I'm saying? I said nothing wrong, and I said nothing that was that was a disgrace, that was disrespectful. I'm giving you my opinion. Don't ask a question in social media, and then when somebody gives you their opinion, now all of a sudden you want to go Dr. Phil on them. You don't know what you're talking about. That's not okay. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I live this life. I'm a teacher. Have you ever stepped foot in the building before? Yes, I have. At Harvard University. No. Have you stepped foot in a high school before? Have you stepped foot in a middle school before? Well, no, I haven't. So if I'm giving you my opinion or I'm telling you something, how you gonna sit up here and try to throw me under the bus like I don't know what I'm talking about?
And now you're just like, what, really? Like, really? Are you serious?
Really? Exactly. Really? Are you serious? Because, like, are you in college right now? Like, are you preparing to go to school?
I'm trying to. Hopefully this year.
Well, I know everything will work out for you. But they have this thing, what they call a teacher's grant, right? So in order to get this teacher grant, and when I tell you this teacher grant is worth it, because you don't have to take out a lot of loans and stuff. Teacher grant is worth like $3,000 and some change. So they break it up each semester. So you get about $1,887 per semester, right? But in order for it to not be a loan, you have to go teach in a Title I school. You get what I'm saying now? You can't go teach in the suburbs. You have to teach in the Title I school. I don't find that fair. Why it just got to be a Title I school? Because even in these high schools, in these suburban areas, they need our help too. They might be an 8 school, but let's not get it twisted. Y'all still got some children there that need some guidance and help. But in order for me to keep this, to not make it a loan, I got to go teach in the Title I school for a whole year. I don't have no problem doing that. I've never had a problem teaching in the hood. I haven't. Because when I was sub, I didn't teach in the best places. You get what I'm saying? I wanted to teach in the area where I knew those kids was, low income homes and things like that. But why do you have to make it, you get what I'm saying? Why does it have to be like that just to get a teach grant? Why can't it just stand for, if you're a teacher, whether you're going to teach in Title I, rural, urban, you get what I'm saying? As long as you're teaching, period, you're allowed to keep your teach grant and it doesn't become a loan. Why can't it be said like that?
I wish there was just a way that to stop all this, kind of like what me and Damian talked about this morning. This needs to stop. All the school shootings and stuff needs to stop, because it's getting out of hand. And like I said, I bet every educator in the US of A is thinking, why? Or, why that student is doing this. Like, why?
But you're not doing nothing about it.
I bet every educator in your US of A is thinking, what can we do to stop school shootings?
But Daren, those are the ones who care. Let's just be real about it. Put it out there on the podcast. For the educators who care, y'all are the ones who saying what we can do to stop this stuff. Because for the ones who don't care and all they want to focus on is their enrichment and we don't need you. We don't need you. Because if you're not in this for the long haul, And when I say the long haul, I really mean as you continue through your years of teaching and you continue to get more kids who come to you and you teach them. If you're not in it to see them grow, if you're not in it to see them being helped, or you can be the shoulder that they can come and lean on and cry on, we don't need you. I don't care about your standards. I can care less about that. Because at the end of the day, what's the standard of life? It's either you're here or you're not the next day. You can't get no A, B, C, or D, or F with that. And that's what they fail to realize. You can't get no A, B, C, D, or E, or F if you're, E or F, A, B, C, D, or F if you come from a home that don't have no food, that don't have no lights. What, you gonna get a grade for that? That's what you graded? That's what your standards say? Your standards say that you're supposed to neglect the child because they don't know how to read and write or do math. So you're supposed to just keep going on with your lesson instead of just saying, hey, you know what? Hey, I need y'all to do this for me. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to make sure that I get your classmates caught up on what we're doing. So we're giving a grade for that? Because if we're giving a grade on that as being a teacher, then you failed already. You don't want to talk about that though. It's more than just high crime. It's more than just high crime. You get what I'm saying? Oh, and if you want to get technical, if you want to get forget the high crime, okay? Because high crime seems to not really be the topic that really needs to be discussed for some educators, because now educators want to get on the LGBTQ that right there. That's gonna make or break educators. Because now that you're being judgmental to that, oh, it's gonna be even a bigger problem now. I coach girls basketball, Darren. Yes, some of my girls on my team were gay. They were, but guess what? I still love them and I never disrespected them. But like I told them in the beginning, you will not have no relationships on my basketball team. Why? Because you will not know. Especially if I know you're good at what you do, I don't need that to be your downfall. Coach, I don't want to play basketball no more because my girlfriend, me and her just going through. I can't let you do that to yourself.
No.
I can't let you do that to yourself. I can't let you do what God has given you the ability to do because you're going through something with your girlfriend on the team. So either one or two things are going to happen. Either you're going to be woman enough and you're going to just let it go and use your anger of what y'all going through on that basketball court, or be woman enough and say, hey, coach, I can't do this no more. Thank you for the opportunity, but that's more important to me. And guess what? I can respect that. But what I won't do is talk about you. You get what I'm saying? What I won't do is have y'all be the topic in the teacher's lounge. Yeah, girls and boys don't kiss in the hallway no more like they used to. I done seen it for myself. Mr. Funches, you need to go handle that. Handle what? What I need to handle? They're not supposed to be doing that in the hallway. School over. And technically speaking, it's free. They can do whatever they want to. Because I just saw, you were just down the other hallway and you saw Billy and Casey kissing, and them two were boys and girls. They was fine. Now all of a sudden you see them two kissing. I gotta stop it. Come on now. So the same way you respect what they did down there, you respect what they're doing down here. Exactly. That's against school policy. Oh, it is? So then you need to go let Casey and old boy know that down the hallway too then, since it's against school policy. And Richard went into the girls' bathroom today. Richard says he's a girl. Richard done went through his procedures. Richard has breasts now. So guess what? Guess what Richard feels he is now? And his name is not Richard. He done changed his name. He's a girl now. You can't tell him he can't go in the girls' bathroom. You can't tell him that. And oh, y'all was picking on Casey last week. No, not only does Casey stay in the neighborhood to where it's high crime, but Daren, I got one better for you. Casey mom and dad is 2 women. It's a film and a stud. Now what? Now what? Now what you gonna say? So you don't know what Casey going through. Now,
every student has a different story. Has a different situation.
And but Luther, man, when I was in high school, bro, why you hang out with him? He gay. Okay. What's the problem?
Okay. And
bro, I said, first of all, that's my best friend. I say, secondly, he's never disrespected me like that. You know why? Because I laid it to him straight when I first met him. Bro, I can rock with you all day, but at the end of the day, I don't get down like that, period. As long as you respect my boundaries, I respect yours. We're good. Guess what? Got you, bro. And we've been best friends to this day. Why? Because he knew from the beginning. Y'all always want to just make an assumption. But then this same dude who you calling gay, let's just be real with it, Darren. He got all the girls in school. Now all of a sudden you want to be his friend. Nah, don't try to befriend him now. Because he got all the honeys. Because you weren't thinking about him. You weren't saying that about him last week. Now all of a sudden, oh, that's my boy, man. Yeah, man. No. Because guess what?
Right. Okay.
Because
that's not what you said.
That's not what you said last
right.
week. Exactly. And then when they put you on blast, now all of a sudden you mad. And then we can go.
Man, I was just messing with him.
Right. Exactly. But then, see, the only thing I don't like about that situation is at times when they like to put that person, they like to bring their secret out the closet. Because we would have never known that person like guys until that. You get what I'm saying? But because you've been bullying them for so long and you've been just putting them out there like that, they got tired of it. So instead of all the violence in school and the shootings and stuff, I'm just gonna put you on blast on Twitter and Instagram because I know you got a lot of followers. So once I add you in this mention, it's over for you. And please don't let me have no footage, because definitely now when I put it on, you ain't got nothing to say now. And then what happens after that, Darren?
Be like, watch this.
Right. Now we're dealing with what now? Mental health. Because now that your secret has got out, you don't know how to handle it. When all you had to do was just be upfront and honest from the beginning. Hey, I go both ways. You understand what I'm saying? Or hey, that's what I like. And if you can't accept what I like, then it just be best if you just move on. You get what I'm saying? Like, but we don't talk about those things. You think a man want to be pointed out about being gay? You think a girl want to be pointed out by her parents about you're never gonna give me any children because you think they want to go? You think they want to hear that? I don't. Now listen, I got 2 daughters myself. I don't accept that. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you did tell me that, I'm still gonna love you as my daughter. I'm not going to disown you. I'm not going to turn my back on you. But at the same time, that's something only you and God going to have to deal with. Because at the end of the day, as your parent, I'm supposed to still love you. Regardless. Because guess what? If that was only for a season, guess what? At least I know. At least they know my mom and my dad still didn't turn their back on me. Even when I was going through what I was going through. They still accepted me with open arms. There's just only so many things I can accept and I can't accept. But at the end of the day, I would never turn my back on my children. So it's more than just the high crime. It's more than just, the mental aspect of it. It's a lot of things that these children are going through that we just don't know.
And that educators don't really talk about it.
Because they don't want to talk about
it. And now that we're talking about it,
because it don't benefit them.
It's like bringing light.
Right. But,
So...
who gonna step up? Like you said, Darren, who gonna step up? You ain't gotta be speechless, Darren, because we in this together. We in this together. We in this together.
It's just amazing that nobody, like, you see a whole lot of people, especially a whole lot of educators talking about, something going on in their classroom or something positive going on in their classroom, but they don't really talk about, the situation, what that student goes through. They don't really talk about this. They really don't.
They don't.
Especially on Twitter, on Instagram. Yeah. They really don't.
They don't. They talk about everything else besides that. Like, don't get me wrong. I do, like, now certain things as an educator, I do want to see how your classroom look. You get what I'm saying? Because maybe I want to take some ideas, about the different, what do we call it? The different stations you have. So you get what I want to see what it is that you did. If I teach U.S. history now, you're teaching it. What are some different differential instruction things that you're doing? All right, to make your history class rock and roll. I'm fine with that. I'm also fine, with you saying that you went to this seminar and you learned this. But then as soon as you put on there, oh, he just came in my classroom and he did it, and I just wrote him up. I don't block. I don't want to see that. Why'd you block me? Why'd you put that child on blast like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's confidential stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that to a child. You don't put that on your Twitter, your Instagram. For what?
Mm-hmm.
The professional way should have been
feel good about yourself? Like, really?
So you wrote him up on a piece of paper. So wait, he can be a paper trail? The professional way to do it is this. Hey, y'all, I had a situation. What are some things that you can help me with as far as when it comes to classroom management when you're dealing with a child who maybe has mental health issues? That's how you approach that situation. Or he or she just been a disciplinary right now in my class. But what are some, strategies that you can show me or you can send to me that I can help, this child get to where they got to get to without being a disruptive in my class? Why we can't do that? While y'all sitting up here, all these educators talking about this and that, and I'll follow you back, but you're not following me back, and you're not giving me no type of. You just want the followers. You're just happy you got to 10K. Wow. But then when I hit you up in your deep,
I mean, congrats, but
you get what I'm saying though. But then let a
mm-hmm.
celebrity, vice versa, a celebrity do it. Not everybody want to be in for the cause. Oh yes, we're gonna stop bullying now because the Migos has said, or LeBron. I ain't got nothing against LeBron and Migos. Then I get my little gospel in sometimes, and I get my little hood in sometimes. It's okay. Ain't nothing in the Bible said I couldn't do both. But let's stop letting the celebrities be the one who get all the credit for the hashtags, and start letting the people who really came up with the ideas start getting that credit, because they're the ones who really out here doing what they got to do. But because I'm regular, y'all just brush it off. But then, like I said, let a celebrity say something about it. Oh, it's all good. That ain't fair. That ain't right. Hashtag it stops now. Fine. If people want to join the movement, then let them join it. If they don't, guess what? We're still doing what we got to do. But I guarantee it's the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday was that thing, right? And then it died down. And I'm a Lakers fan, but I like LeBron. Then as soon as LeBron came with Taco Tuesday, Taco Tuesday is a big thing now. But Taco Tuesday been Taco Tuesday. But now because a celebrity is, you know what I'm saying?
But when you add a celebrity,
exactly.
That's a huge thing.
Exactly. Same thing with education. I say this, and then as soon I can say the same thing. We can say the same thing. We say it stops now. But because we wasn't on TED Talk, it don't matter. You get what I'm saying? But then as soon as somebody on TED Talk said what we're saying, how can we start? Really? What's the day? The 18th? But on November 18th, when we had the podcast, we said the same thing, and we didn't get no love. But now because this dude done said it on TED Talk, it's the thing we should do now. Nah.
We just like, we just said the exact same thing on our podcast.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Where's our credit? I just told you the exact same thing in the meeting where I had with the behavior specialist, the psychologist, the principal, the assistant principal. I said the same exact thing about doing a behavior plan for little Matthew. Y'all brushed it off. But then as soon as this dude come in from the district, because he got high credentials, now all of a sudden, we can do a behavior plan for Matthew. I like that idea. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I like that idea.
I just use your idea. Said that. I just said that 3 days ago in the same meeting. No, you're testing our authority now, Mr. How am I? I'm testing your authority because I sent you an email saying I said the exact same thing and y'all brushed it off. And now this dude from the district comes down and says the exact same thing. But because he got so many credentials behind his name, now it's we can do this now. And you wonder why you don't got enough black males in your school? And I'm supposed to be professional about this, and I have been professional about it. I haven't said anything that was wrong. I haven't said anything that was derogatory or anything towards you. I bought you the same exact plan, and you didn't even give it a look. But now it gets a look.
Wow.
And that's why you have this. To be honest with you, that's why you have more women in schools. But see, the thing is now that the women now, they're starting to see the writing on the wall too, and they ain't taking no stuff from nobody either no more, because that could be a reversal, and they could do the same exact thing, and then you bring somebody in from the district, and word, no, But see, the only difference between a woman and a man is when women fight for what they believe in, it don't get no credit. It goes out the window. Let me speak on it. I'm threatening them. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a threat to them now. They don't feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
What? Because I'm speaking up for something that I told you. I'm not yelling. I'm not cussing. I'm being very professional with you. And now I'm threatening you? Why? Because I'm a black man?
Really?
Oh, you don't have to act like now you're being racist. No, I'm not. You said that I scare you, that I threaten you. How can that be? Because I'm a black male? I'm the only black male in this school? And so now you feel threatened by me? Is it you, or do everybody else feel like that? And then you wonder why y'all don't get no males in your school. Because y'all don't want us there. Y'all want to push us out. Because if we don't do what y'all ask us to do, then now we're a threat to society. Now we're a threat to the kids. And he did this. and I saw him do that. But where's your proof? Why are you just trying to put allegations on me just to get me out? For what? Because I'm doing what it is that I need to do? But we don't want to talk about that, though. Like I said before, when you hired me to do my job, which is to teach, which is to care for my children. And I'm going to go 10 toes behind them till I can't go 10 toes behind them no more. But if I've already suggested that we should do this in the first place, why then when the next person comes to do it, now all of a sudden we got to do it now? Why we couldn't do it from the beginning?
It's wow.
But when I hey, listen, when you talk to Dave, just let him know. Just let him know I wasn't trying to go in. And hopefully tomorrow he'll allow me to be a guest on Twitter, because listen, it just needs to be said. But I'm like you, Darren. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about everything. I don't just want to talk about a particular thing. I want to talk about everything now. Let's just put it all on the table. Let's put it all on the table. Mm-hmm. You have your educators.
So that everybody can hear.
Because I'm tired of y'all sending friend requests or sending requests as an educator, and then soon as somebody says something, y'all ain't got nothing to say no more. You get what I'm saying? Soon as you accept their request, is thank you for the follow. I look forward, blah, blah, blah. All right, bet. And then as soon as I say something,
they go dead silent.
Dead silent. Or they want to hit you. I don't think you should have put that out there like that. I beg your pardon?
What?
I beg your pardon. Because the same thing I just said, somebody else just said it, and that thing got... And honestly, Darren, I can be honestly with you. I don't really care about likes. As long as you understand where I'm coming from, and as long as you know how genuine and sincere when I posted that, that's all that matters to me. But that's the same post that I just said, right? But then you go to somebody else, and that mug got about 10.8 likes and about 535 retweets. And I'm just sitting over here looking like, wow, that's crazy. Because I just said the same thing too. And I ain't even get a simple thank you, brother. Like, I'm glad somebody spoke up about it. You get what I'm saying? I ain't even get a thank you. Mm-hmm. Or you could have just hit the heart button. I would just let me know that, hey man, I feel where you coming from. Why we can't do that as educators? Why we can't support one another? Why when I say something about standards and this and that, why my stuff just go unlooked? But then when the next person says something about it, oh, hey, how you doing, man? I'm glad you said something about that, man. I just seen a post about that about 5 minutes ago, and I felt what they were saying, but I didn't feel what they were saying. But I understand where you're coming from with it. What? Wait, what? Huh? You just saw this because you know who they talking about, and you like, so you you just saw my post. You saw my post. You ain't okay. That's fine. But we dealing with that in education too. Everybody want to try to be bigger than the other person.
To be the bigger fish.
Right.
Instead of a small
fish. Everybody want to be. Everybody want to be TD Jakes on Twitter. Everybody want to be Joel Osteen on Twitter. They can't be a simple person. You know what them people went through to get to where they at today? Tyler Perry said it best. Tyler Perry said, I ain't like how Hollywood was rocking with the black culture, so I decided to do my own thing. Mm-hmm. And look at them now. Hollywood ain't like that.
Producing movies.
Right.
On studio.
Hello. Bigger than Hollywood. Okay. You think they like that? No, they don't. People are still racist out here. They just go ahead and put it in like it is. People still racist out here. People don't want to see us grow. But you know why they don't really bother us? Because we kill ourselves. Every time you see somebody with a black-owned business, it's always got to be the next person, the same culture as him, want to bring them down.
I think you should own a barber shop.
Right.
What?
I don't just cut hair.
What you mean?
I can't open up my own school. I can't open up my own dentist office. I can't do none of that. Just like with I don't know if you saw the meme, but they was like, you know the Popeyes commercial, when that black lady always promoting her stuff. Then somebody was like, I ain't seen a black lady promoting about that chicken sandwich. I had to think about that. I was like, you know what? Not that I get into stuff like that, I say, but that makes sense. She ain't came out with her commercial about the chicken sandwich, but she'll tell you about her shrimp basket and stuff like that. But she ain't saying nothing about that chicken sandwich. Hey, I tell it right now on this podcast. I don't too much care about the chicken sandwich at Popeye. I'm a tender man. I'm gonna get my spicy tenders with my extra biscuit and my fries. I will go to Chick-fil-A. I like they spicy chicken sandwich. I rocks with Chick-fil-A. Listen, at the end of the day, everybody got their preference. But what I'm saying is, when people don't mention certain things, you might want to think about why. And just because somebody didn't tell you what they were doing, it was a reason. Because they had already knew you was going to try to shatter their dreams. But I don't know what I'm talking about, Daren, because I ain't a 12-year, 35-year teacher, so people ain't gonna listen to me talk.
And they should listen to.
We should listen to everybody who has something to say, whether you've been in the game for a short period of time or whether you've been in the game for a longer period of time.
This is why we like having you on. This is why. I truly love it.
I mean, the next two.
I truly.
The next two guests you gonna have, they good too. I follow them, and Mr. Adele, he's over the Black Men, BME talk. So, like, I know he gonna have some good things to say. And the other brother on there, Shaquise, I think that's his name. He teaches history. Like, I know they're gonna have some good things to say too. But just to be able to start off for the first, like, for November, December. Listen, I know there's gonna be a lot of fire coming in after that. Cause you should want to do this. You should want to be on this, especially if you're, wanting to be able to hear people speak, or get people to listen to you. Especially if there's something like I said, I like to motivational speak the children, but now I get to have other people hear me. You get what I'm saying? And one day, who knows, man? Maybe somebody hit me up, say, "Hey, Mr. Luther, I want you to come to my school, and just speak on your experiences, speak on what it is that we can do to get our kids where we got to get to. Explain to my teachers why, they should come with this type of voice instead of that type of voice to certain kids. It can really help you if you want that. If you want it. But I appreciate you, though. I don't want to take up too much more time, because I feel like me and you would be on here all day, and if Damian was on here, he'll probably be like, y'all, we gotta. But like I said, I thank you for the time, and I look forward to bigger and better things for you, and I pray that everything goes well with you, and you continue to grow as a person, and you don't let nothing stop you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. we're doing bigger things. One of the things that we kind of teased it in our in the program this morning when Debbie said interviews. So we're hopeful. I'm hopeful once we do that biggest thing, that big project. I'm really hopeful that people will listen and really pay attention to, to see what's going on.
Right. Well,
You
got my support. Whatever it is that y'all need, whatever it is, do not hesitate to hit me up. Because y'all know I'm on the train.
All right. This has been an hour and 10 minutes. This is going to be a long episode. This is going to be a long episode. So we're going to wrap it up here. I'd like to thank Mr. Luther for joining me on this episode.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You might want to grab some snacks for this. If you think the first one was long, you might as well bring some popcorn, some candy, get a drink or something, and sit down and listen, because this is gonna be long. It's gonna be like a movie premiere. Roll out the red carpet. So it's gonna be long. The question of the day: what can schools or what can teachers do what can teachers do so that students won't have to, face that fear of, I don't want to go to school, or I don't feel like going to school? So that's the question of the day. By using hashtag Future Educators Talk and Future Educators Talk S2 on Twitter and on Instagram. And make sure you follow Future Educators Talk on all social media platforms. On Facebook at Future Educators Talk with Damian and Daren. On Twitter at Future EDU Talk. And on Instagram at Future Educators Talk. Also, we also have a YouTube channel at Future Educators Talk with Damian and Daren. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for all new episodes. Also, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and anywhere that you listen to podcasts. All you have to do is search up Future Educators Talk with Damian and Daren, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Just click follow and start listening. And of course, today is my last day before I take my mental health leave. I'll be back on Monday. Damian will be back on Wednesday with Mr. Luther. He'll be back on Wednesday and Friday. Friday will be his last day of special guests. Starting, I do believe, either next week or the first week of December, we will have another special guest be joining us. So stay tuned for that. Without further ado, you can follow me on Twitter and you can follow me on Twitter at Daren_Frett and on Instagram at It's Andrew Frett. Yes, I do worry a lot. And like I said, this is gonna be a long episode, kind of like a movie episode. So you might want to, again, get some snacks, get some popcorn, get some drinks. Get everything and get comfortable, get comfortable. So this is gonna be long. This is gonna be an interesting episode. So, again, I'm your co-host, Daren Frett, and this is Future Educators Talk with Damian and Daren. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. afternoon.